What's up guys, welcome to another video. Now, like the title said, I've got some good news and I got some bad news for you.
There's good news and bad news.
And I'm gonna get those out of the way right now. So the good news is that bit that everyone has been really patiently waiting for, it took forever to get it back into production because of COVID and all of that stuff, is finally back in stock. Now the bad news is I've only got 150 of them. There'll be more coming in the next shipments in a few months, but for now, this is what I could get.
Wait a minute, what's this? This ain't enough.
So if I look back through every one of you who have reached out after we sold the entire United States and manufacturer out of this bit, that's gonna be a lot more than 150. So I'm gonna put those on the website right away. So right after this, if you've been waiting for this bit, grab it. If you missed that boat, I'm gonna do a pre-order for the next order. But anyways, no, so before I show you this bit, because you may not know whatsoever what I am talking about.
What the heck was he talking about?
And I'll put a link to the prior video in the description where I talk about this bit in a little bit more detail. I'm gonna still show it to you in this video so you can see what I'm talking about. But until we do that, I gotta show you something really, really awesome that I've just received. And I've been waiting for this for over 6 months. And I think this is gonna be super interesting. So let's go to Tack Room real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So here we go. This is what I have been patiently waiting for, okay? These are, I mean, as you know, I've been working very closely with a company called Metal Lab that is manufactured and distributed by Portrait here in the United States. And this company has been working with my family and with my dad since over 20 years. We've designed and manufactured a lot of the tack used in the United States by everyone. And they have a very extensive Western collection throughout the United States and actually sold all over the world. So great company to work with, and we are still in full swing developing the collection into the training program that I've created and put out there for you. And so if you're not familiar with my bits and spurs collection, visit my website. You can get all the information on them there, watch videos about them, and also purchase them to give them a try if you'd like. But these are the new addition to the collection. So I've inspired these bits based on a bit that was given to me by a good friend of mine, and this is a snaffle with a fixed port and a headstall attached fixed at the top here. So you have a slight leverage action. So transitioning from snaffle to bit, it just makes a lot of sense to me. So a lot of horses can get a little bit heavy on a snaffle, and then you have to rely on going to sharper snaffles. Hurts the corner of their mouth, hurts their bars, and yes, while that may serve to make them lighter, it does have a negative effect on sort of the tiny slight brace that they have in their body. So what you're never going to really get with that is true softness. You're going to have a slight brace. You may not even feel it in your finger, but it's there, and it's going to be there whenever you go full speed at something, whether you're bell racing, roping, or whatever. If you go full speed at something, you take a quick contact with your hand, you're gonna feel that brace, sometimes in a very negative way, but and then they'll hide behind that bridle. So you don't want a horse pushing in your hand, but you want a horse learning to lay in the bridle. So if you can progress through your bits as the program goes forward, keeping your horse soft while laying on the bit, then you know that you're doing your part, and this is how it should be in my opinion. So this bit has helped me transition, because there's always that part where the horse is gonna be like, wow, what's in my mouth, and they're getting really shy of it, and then they hide from it, and then you gotta be really, really depending on how good your foundation is in order to bring them back to where they're laying on your hand when you now have a shank bit with a port. So in my collection, I do have a very good bit that I use to transition from the snaffle to the bit, because it has a very comfortable port, and this is something that I've also sold a ton of, because a lot of people have found it very useful for that purpose. But still, if I could have something between the snaffle and this, I would have been in the perfect world, and I think we are now in this perfect world because of this bit. This bit was a little bit sharper than what I thought was needed in order to make the transition, but I did have one just like that. So here are the 3 designs that I've designed. And And so the first one is got just a really nice smooth correction. I like my correction to be really soft here at the bars, okay? A lot of people think that a higher port is what's gonna make a bit sharp, but it's not. It's what touches the bars down here, okay? So if you make this area sharp right here, you're gonna have a horse that's really not liking what's in its mouth. And if you have one that's just really heavy on your hands and really pushy, then hey, that may be the solution to lighten them up a little bit. But a lot of the time, it's just gonna hurt them and it's gonna be counterproductive. So this one is my famous correction with roller. I have bits in my current collection with that port, and I've been using this port in my horses since forever. This is one of the greatest designs that my family's come up with many years ago, and it's still my go-to port. So this is why I opted to have it put onto those snaffle rings. Okay, so the next one is going to be a little bit similar to the one I just showed you. I just didn't want to have it so aggressive, and I wanted it to open up a little bit more here at the bars. Okay, so it's a little bit spread wider, and it's a little bit of a softer you know, contact here to the top of the mouth. So this is a bit that horses love to lay on. So, and this is also a very common port in our collection, in my dad's collection. So I just decided to adopt it into this collection because it's been a very, very effective port in my horses over the years. And this one is like, whew, I cannot wait to put this in a horse. I mean, like, I cannot wait to put this in a horse. So we've come up with this design, which is a little bit of mix of the last one that I just showed you and the first one I just showed you, which is a correction mixed with a solid port, medium port. So we've got this really wide open here for the bars to really have as maximum comfort in that area of the mouth. But we went ahead and broke that mouthpiece right here, okay, and also gave it a little bit of a curve. All right, so you cannot have a more comfortable feel in a horse's mouth. Now you would think, well, if you have it too comfortable in a horse's mouth, then they're just going to push on you and not going to care. But this is not how horses work, and this bit is the absolute proof of that. And actually, I tested a leather covered mouthpiece once, and I thought the horse would be like, screw you, but no, they were surprisingly soft. And horses that needed to be ridden with an actual ace of spade and really high sharp bit really responded well to it, because horses can choose to push on you or can choose to give. Okay, so it's very, very it's a decision that they can make. And when you have a horse that likes what's in its mouth, okay, not a bit that you're going to want to fight your horse with if needed, but definitely a horse that's going to help you, definitely a bit that's going to help your horse go, all right, maybe I want to participate in this training instead of fight, right? So definitely something you should try. So this bit, this mouthpiece is the mouthpiece of the comfort bit. Now the comfort bit is the bit that I have been talking about. Okay, so I made a full video about this bit, and I cannot, and that was in the early stages of it when we were all just figuring out, wow, how amazing it was. And now I've been using it for over 2 years since that video, and oh my God, has it been a game changer. I ride my top 3-year-olds in this bit. I ride my top derby horses in this bit. Not all the time, granted, but definitely a bit that helps me just keep them, maintain them, and keep them really happy with a really soft mouth. Okay, so and you know, sometimes you have a product that you just have and you can see the reasons why it's good. I know the reasons why it's good, but it's never really proven until enough people who don't know tries it and they're like, holy shit, that's awesome, right? But don't take it from me, take it from the hundreds of people all over the world, from Australia to Europe to Canada to the United States, who's bought this bit without really knowing me or knowing anything about it, or haven't had someone necessarily promote the bit to them. They just, hey, this looks good, let me try it, and then go like, oh my gosh, my horse loves this. So there are some particular reasons why most horses respond really well to it, but I'm a horse trainer, and I know what I like to feel, and I know a happy horse when I have one underneath me. So this is as far as I'm going to take this. I'm not going to explain you in details. It's perhaps a 1/4 inch more in the purchase here, which helps with leverage. It could be the shape of the shank, the perfect width of the bit, the shape of it all. I mean, there are many factors that come into play, and you know me. You could change the curb chain on this bit to another curb chain, identical curb chain, but it's a different curb chain, and it may change the entire feel of the bit. This is how I feel about my Tack. This is why I ride with 5 different types of spurs. This is why I like to vary my bits, and this is why that when I have one that just really works and feels good, you're gonna have to really pry it hard out of my hands to get it away from me. So anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you will be one of the first ones to put your hand on one of these before we sold out on the first batch. But if you missed the boat, don't worry about it. I mean, now we're back in production, everything is rolling, so we're gonna get more as time goes. So I kind of went through this video pretty quick, and I know that I talk really fast because I've got clients coming and I really wanted to get this out of the way. So but I think we've covered it very well. So until the next video, I hope that you're having a great one, and see you in the next one. Cheers.